Now, Harry, fantastic turnaround, I guess, from your side in the last 15 minutes or so. Did it take that row, I suppose, to spark the guys into action, or what impressed you about it?
Maybe it did. It's hard to know, really, but I always felt that level of fight is inside in Ballybrown, and maybe just needed some catalyst to bring it out, and maybe that was the one. So, I was obviously happy with the last 10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah, before that, you'd conceded 2 quick-fire goals. You looked really under the cash. Was there calm on the line? What was your thought about it?
Well, we always try to be calm on the line. It doesn't always work out that way. But look, I mean, you've got to give players a chance too when they're out there, and not everybody's going to go your way either. So you've got to hope that the next ball comes in that you'll do better, and that's all we kind of work on, and that's what we'll train on, and that's what we'll encourage the lads to do, because there's no point carrying and making error. Everybody does. So it's about the next ball, and look, we believed in them, and we're happy enough we got through.
Hit with a sucker punch late last week. It was very important that you bounce back, even in terms of psychology, but also in terms of the context of the group.
The game probably shouldn't have been that tight in the end anyway, but 17 wides and was just a bit ridiculous and 3 or 4 short. But some days, as I said to the lads, you get days like that. No matter what you do in these, sometimes the harder you try, it nearly goes against you, So, but look, we just got to take it on the chin and move on, and we had to try and recover here this evening. So,
in terms of making the top 2, I suppose still in your own hands, you got to go out now and beat South Liberty.
Yeah,
next
there's
week.
no point thinking about anybody else. We have to go and beat South Liberties. That's just the way. I mean, it was championship tonight. I mean, it was knockout as I saw it this evening. That's the way it was. If we lost this game, we were going to be in difficulty making the top 2, and that's what we had to do. So I'm happy enough we have the scores on the board.
We lose a game like that last week. Was there any difficulty in getting the lads up for this evening?
No, I think the hurt was enough. And sometimes that is enough, and you could be waffling on and trying to explain these things and analyse them, and it just doesn't really work. When you have a bad day at the office, I think you just got to accept it, move on, and just hope there won't be a repeat. It's when maybe you get a repeat that you get worried,
Harry, you hit for the 2 goals, then you get the red card, but you must be impressed that a lot of leaders and a lot of young guys stood up as leaders in those last couple of minutes.
Yeah, look, as I said, from a management point of view, we believe in that full squad. And I think if you look at the number of players we've used, even over the 3-4 games, we have strength and depth, and it's a case of one man maybe he's having a bad day at the office, so you whip him out, and there's always someone else to come in and take the jersey and do the business. But a lot of young lads there are coming through, and I think they're going to be great players down the line.
I think this Group B or Group 2 has always shown that it largely goes down the line to the last couple of games, and that's what's transpired, with probably 4 teams at least in the mix going into the final round.
Yeah, there was 4 teams obviously on 4 points, so that's going to be the case that we had to come here and win this, because if we didn't, and that's what we said, it's a championship, it's knockout, and this is when the real hurling starts. And so as we went a man down, you really got to see the character that's in the Ballybrown, and the fight in particular that's there, and they put in a big effort and have trained for the last 6 or 7 months, so we wanted lads to die in their boots, and I think they did that, and I have absolutely no fault in any single player. I'm the proudest bunch of every one of them.
Can I ask you finally about your switch from Adair to Ballybrown, from football to hurling? How much
I don't notice any difference.
I know. Is it a fresh challenge? Obviously the Adair was a very successful time, but obviously at the same time it was a long. You had run a long number of years there.
Yeah, I probably felt that. In fairness, I was there for 6 years, and we had a good run. That I think there comes a time when you need to know when to go. And I think they probably needed a new voice with a new approach. They were listening to my old sayings maybe for too long. But I felt it was time to go. It was a surprise to probably find myself in Ballybrown so quickly, because originally I had planned to maybe take a bit of time out, but it didn't last long. But I love the challenge, and with Ballybrown, they're buying into what's happening. Numbers are very good at training. I think their attitude is superb, and you're managing players and managing people, and I enjoy that, and I think and you try to bring the best out of the group of players, and that's what we're trying to do here.